Blessings and welcome to all of my tantalizing Taurians out there. This is Sunrise Tarot by Tammy, and this is your December 2019 tarot reading, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising sign in Taurus. And can't believe the year is already over. We've got some exciting energy coming up. One of the big things that are happening in December is, of course, Jupiter going into Capricorn. And it will be affecting you, Taurians, in your 9th house. So it was in your 8th house of death, transformation, changes, and is now going into your 9th house of wisdom and insight, traveling, action, fun and adventure, and definitely higher education. So some of the key words I was feeling in my meditation for you, Taurians, were action, energy, drive, and some type of journey with this 9th house connection. You also will have the sun, Saturn and Capricorn are of course in there in your 9th house, and you will also have a new moon there at the end of the month, a solar eclipse in the 9th house. So there's a lot of energy that can really happen this month for you, Taurans, to make major changes. So this is a month I feel there's a lot of action that you'll have to put in, a lot of drive to make these changes, especially since Jupiter is changing into the 9th house. That 8th house was about this big change that you may have gone through this year, Taurians, and I do feel for a lot of you, the 8th house is not only about transformation and changes, it's also about deep psychological changes and really going to the depths of your soul to understand who you are. So I feel Jupiter has really made a lot of beautiful changes in your soul to understand what you needed to change. And some of the oracles we're starting off with, you did receive 2 seashell oracles, which I do feel is connected to this 8th house energy with Jupiter being there. Of course, they say Jupiter, when they leave a sign, gives you gifts and blessings. And I do feel this is about, for a lot of you Taurans, really understanding your own true gift from within. And some of you may have gone through some psychological or physical and verbal abuse or changes that you really had to go through to understand who you are. And the other seashell you did receive, it's about changing negative behaviors and through volunteering it yourself or by force. So you have 2 strong seashells of talking about psychological changes that you've gone through, Taurus, this year for yourself, and you're changing negative behaviors. You're understanding if there was any type of physical, verbal abuse from others, that you are now understanding the wisdom and insight to make those changes so that you can have a clear pathway with that Jupiter in your 9th house, understanding the insight and wisdom that you've learned in this year of 2019, so that when you go into 2020, you can understand those phases and cycles that you've gone through. And the oracle that you received for this reading is the card from Freya. And this is about the phases and cycles that you are going through, the changes that you have had to make this year a Taurus. And it's just allowing you now to be more free, to seek out more adventures and make the changes that you need. I feel a lot of you are going to seek a lot more insight and understanding about your own wisdom. With Jupiter being in your 8th house also for this last year, it also is this connection to the occult, to learning about the deep insights of the universe. And I feel you're going to start to really want to learn about that in 2020 even deeper, with more wisdom and insight, and connecting to those who can teach you and give you that understanding. But this card, before we go into your reading, says there is a beginning written. Sorry, let me put my glasses on so I can read this for you here, Taurus. And it says, there is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. That's exactly what has been happening for you this year. Illusions have been released and they are being revealed. And that's why I do feel these seashell oracles are very important for some of you Taurans who have decided to change negative behaviors, to move away from those who have been verbal or physically abusive to you. You're just not going to deal with that anymore. And we do have an eclipse this month on Christmas, on the 25th or 26th, and this is the connection to the moon's energy. So I do feel this eclipse that is happening at the end of the month is really going to give you some wisdom about what is going to be happening for you in 2020. So just to read a little bit about who Freya is, and that you can meditate upon her energy and really ask for more understanding about where your energy is flowing in the year of 2020. But Freya, let me put my glasses on again here. Freya, let's read about this beautiful connection to Freya, which means lady, is the Norse goddess of the moon and love. That she is the twin flame of Odin and a warrior goddess who offers deep spiritual and physical protection to those who call on her. She will stand before you with her shield and spear, keeping you safe from harm. She works closely with moon energy and helps us recognize that our life is a cycle that is always changing. She herself is the maiden, the mother, and the crone aspect of all women, and guides them to see the wisdom these cycles bring. We all go through phases and cycles of growth, and Freya is the energy that supports this. She has a raven spirit totem, which is said to represent her capacity to travel between heaven and earth. A phase of your life may be coming to an end, but it is important to acknowledge it's not the end. When one door closes, another opens. You may have been desperate for change, but now that it's here, you could feel vulnerable. Know that the mighty goddess Freya will guide you. Illusions are now being revealed so that you can leave behind anything that is false. Step into your peaceful warrior-like energy and welcome the changes you deserve. Tie up all loose ends and take heart. This is an exciting time. And it is an exciting time for all of you Taurans because you do have some incredible energy happening for you. Not only do you have Uranus in your first house for the next 7 years, Taurus, shaking up things. That is part of this change of cycle and the phases that you're going to really solidify something new in your energy next year. And it's about you releasing yourself again from things that no longer serve you and negative energies that have been around you. So let's start off with the self-care in the first house for you Taurians, and let's see the energy that you need to feel for yourself, taking care, self-care for yourself. And you get 2 cards. You get decisions and relaxation here. So this is a month that when I talked about some of the keywords, action, energy, drive, there's some decisions that you're going to have to make. And it does say honor your top priorities. If it's not an absolute yes, then it's a no. And relaxation. So it's important to take time to meditate, and you do have Neptune in your 12th house, and it is direct now, so there may be a lot of insight that may be flowing within you this month here to understand where your flow is taking you. So take time to meditate and relax so that you can hear and feel the energy from all that is your angels and guides to make those decisions. That's going to be important because I do feel you may be feeling it, Taurus, but not really see it yet. But it's like I feel like it's going to come to you very sudden and very fast with that Uranus and Taurus in your first house. So let's pull some cards now for your reading, and let's see, where did I put your cards? Here they are. So let's pull the first card in your first house here, the self position for you. We know that there's some decisions that you're going to have to make this month, Taurus. The 6 of Pentacles for balance, but it looks like there may be some type of offer. Again, you see these boats here, and I keep on seeing journey for you, and you have so much in the 9th house that I do feel, even though Saturn and Pluto are in there, you know, wanting you to be realistic about your goals, your expectations, about your journey. There does seem to be something that may come to you this month that's going to give you some type of deal, you know, and I feel it's going to be very fair. It's like if you do get an opportunity for work, an opportunity to travel, I feel like it's going to be something that you can take and feel like it will be a good balance for you. So look at that this month, that whatever action, drive that you put into maybe some type of new energy of a journey that you may be getting ready to proceed on, know that I feel like it's going to be something that that will be a great offer for you to take. Look at that, and then you get this. You get, this is about your journey. It's your tree of life. It's finding your pathway and knowing that it's going to be happy, healthy, hopeful. So two beautiful cards to start off your reading, Taurus, to say this is the month that if something unexpected comes, put the action, the drive into this new journey, because it looks like it's going to be a good, fair deal, balance, and it's heading you towards the pathway that you should be heading towards. So things are looking up for you, Taurus, this month. And I feel it has everything to do with you realizing I need balance in my life. And like the seashells talked about, is you changing the behavior, moving away from those who are physically or verbally abusing you or not treating you in the way that you feel is fair, right? You want balance. And that's what you're doing now here. So let's go on to the second house. And the second house is our finances, resources, and yes, you will be having a full moon there in the middle of the month, 11th and 12th there, a full moon in Gemini. So that is going to be affecting your second house of resources. So let's see if there's something that you need to be aware of. Whoa, you've got the Tower. Hello, you need to be aware of something. Like I talked about, you have Uranus in your first house. I always feel like the Tower is representing the Uranus because it's unexpected, it's an explosion, it's something that just comes out of nowhere, it's an epiphany, it's an extreme understanding of something that's coming from the universe that you need to be aware of. So be aware, something unexpected may be happening in your finances, your resources, that it's going to affect. And that's why I feel there's something that you may have to do unexpectedly. Like I feel there may be a wonderful opportunity coming this month that just may come out of nowhere, and it may be affecting your finances. Again, a great opportunity, a fair deal if that happens in your finances here. So look at that, Taurus. Look at those opportunities that are coming, because I am feeling this wonderful journey that you're about to experience for you to really solidify your 2020 year. So let's see. Yeah, you've got abundance here. You've got the card of the fishes. This is about financial abundance. It's about finding your pathway that you really want to go down. And there seems to be other there are quite a few opportunities. So yes, Taurus, if you're looking for a new job, if you're wanting to find some type of better financial opportunity, this is the month that it looks like you need to reach out and connect to those, because it does look like you will receive an opportunity to show your pathway forward in a direction that you really want to go. Yes, you're heading towards a change. Again, remember, Freya is talking about those phases and cycles, and this is the time to understand decisions are going to be made this month for you. But it's an exciting month because of that ninth house energy of Jupiter being there. That is like the luckiest house, the ninth house. It is the house where Jupiter feels the most happiest in, is Sagittarius house. So I do feel there's a wonderful epiphany, understanding, enlightenment of where your pathway is taking you, and it may take you somewhere far away, traveling in faraway distances, but it's also about education and learning. So there's a lot, I feel, for a lot of you Taurus, there's a lot of learning going on, a lot of creative potential and opportunities there that you can really succeed in. So let's go to the third house, and the third house is the house of communication. So let's see if there's any type of communication that may be coming through this month for you Taurians. So the Ten of Swords. So I'm going to go back to these seashells, because the Ten of Swords is about releasing pain and negative energy through communication. And I do feel a lot of you Taurans are releasing pain Again, these two seashells are really, and I want to show you what it says in the back here so you can just read it yourself here and understand these seashell oracles, because it's a very powerful month of communicating your pain and releasing that. And that's what Jupiter did in your 8th house for this last year, is to be able to release that pain and to start something new and change those behaviors. So I do feel you're ending relationship situations through communication, and not allowing you to be around people who are communicating to you in a negative way. And it's because of your own belief, your maturity. This is the card of your spiritual growth and maturity. You are looking towards the wisdom and insight that you understand from your own angels and guides, and releasing, I feel like you're releasing beliefs that are no longer serving you. And that is what the 9th house is doing and helping you with Saturn and Pluto being in there. Is like, I want you to transform and change your beliefs if you are not getting the deep feeling of love and connection to the divine. And that's why I feel a lot of you Taurans are changing how you feel, those that you connect to, and seeking out that wisdom so that you can really express yourself in a more deeper and more loving and more pure way. So let's go to the 4th house here. The 4th house is family, home, security. So let's see what's going on for some of you Taurus in your family life, your home life, and see if there's changes, upheavals, anything you need to be aware of. Yeah, the 5 of Swords, it's about walking away. There is challenges. So I have to go back to the 10 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, and those cards here of the seashells. If you are dealing with a family member that is giving you pain, I do feel, Taurus, it's important this month to release this. Communicate, walk away. Your challenge this month in your family life is to walk away from those who are communicating to you in a negative way, and verbally abusing you, physically abusing you. All this energy is really talking about for some of you Taurus is to take control and find that balance again. And it's like an epiphany is coming to you to realize what you need to do. So it's a beautiful month. You know, we had right at the end of November, the Sagittarius new moon coming into a new phase, a new cycle. So a lot of you Taurans coming into December are really receiving an epiphany, an insight. Very important to meditate and connect this month to understand what you're going through, because I feel it's a big shakeup. And I do feel you are feeling it, but you may not be grounded in it to understand it fully. So yes, there's a challenge in your family life, and there is uh, emotional turbulence. And yes, so I do feel for some of you Taurans, it is about family situations that need to end and change. And I do feel you're ready to walk away, you're ready to communicate, and find what you need for the balance in your family life, feeling more secure and connected to those that you want to be to. So let's go to the 5th house, and the 5th house is love, romance, pleasure. Let's see how the love life is going. It's also connection to children and our creative potential and ideas. So a lot of things could be happening in the 5th house for you Taurus, I'm sure. So let's see how your love life is looking this month here. Let's see how the love energy is flowing for you Taurians in the month of December here. Wow, you get the Ace of Pentacles. So that's a beautiful new beginning. And that's what, as I was talking about that Sagittarius new moon coming into December, it's, you know, you seeing things more grounded, more realistic, you wanting to manifest what you desire. This doesn't have to just be in love, but it can be uh, in pregnancy. The Ace of Pentacles can represent pregnancy, and that is the 5th house. It's also about your creative potential, walking through a new door, realizing how much you can really create and make your desires come true. This is the Ace of Pentacles. This is about manifesting your dreams and making them, but through action, through drive, through you really contemplating on your pathway forward here. So yes, this is a beautiful connection this month for a lot of you Taurans with that Ace of Pentacles to manifest love, desire, fertility, creativity. Beautiful. So let's pull another card here for you Taurians in your 5th house here. So yes, it does look like things have been a little gray, a little cloudy in this house, the 5th house of love, romance, children, creativity. There seems to have been some maybe cloudiness from the last year. Maybe a lot of you Taurans with that Jupiter again, with that 8th house Jupiter, big changes and psychological changes in your desires in love and understanding of what you need to be grounded. And you are an earth energy, Taurus, and this is the Ace of Pentacles, giving you that ability to get grounded again, for you to be able to get stable enough to release things so that you can begin your journey with balance and opportunities here. So yes, so far this is a beautiful reading of release and changes that were required to step into this month of December and really fulfill with so much going on in the 9th house. That's the Sagittarius house. It is about you seeking wisdom, putting things into action, looking at the big picture. Where do you want to head towards? What do you need to seek out those who have the wisdom and insight? Do you need to go back to school? Do you need to connect to a master, a guru, or a teacher, someone who can help and assist you? That is what that new moon on December 25th, 26th is going to do for you. Answer those questions for you. So start to contemplate and meditate upon that, so that by the end of the month, when that eclipse comes for you here on the Christmas Day energy, you will be able to have a lot more focus and clear on your expectations about what you're manifesting. Yes, beautiful. So on that, let's pull a love card, because we see that for some of you Taurus, you're getting out of something that has been cloudy in your love life, going through maybe a difficult challenge of change, and now you're ready to manifest something new. And let's see, wow, you've got 3 cards that just flew out. So very soon, clearly decide what you want. And that's why you're clearing out that energy. You're clearing out things and those who aren't going to serve your purpose moving forward in 2020, because you want passion. You want love. And that is the 5th house, passion. What it says here, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So this is about also the 5th house of your creative ideas. Fulfill your true passion. If it's singing, sing and fill yourself with joy. But this is about you fulfilling your passions. Things are getting clearer so that you can manifest and find also true love. True love. So I do feel through the changes, the cycles, connecting to Freya and understanding what you went through this year to get more grounded, to get more centered, to get more balanced. This is how you'll be able to move forward with that Tower energy, the Uranus energy in your 1st house. Next year is going to be explosive. It's all about what you want to create, Taurus. Where do you want to go? And what adventures do you want to seek? So let's go to the 6th house. And the 6th house is our day-to-day life. It is about our work regime. It is about our health. And so let's see what's going on there in the 6th house for you Taurians. You got 2 cards here. So the 9 of Swords, again, there's changes that need to happen in your day-to-day life, ending things that have not served your purpose. And that's why I feel with the 2 of Pentacles, there is, again, finding balance in your day-to-day life. And I do feel with the 2 of Pentacles here, it is about finding a better pathway, making some choices and decisions about your day-to-day life, right? What are those decisions that you need to make that you are not feeling happy in your day-to-day life? And it's like, how are you going to release that? What do you need to do? You need to put things into action and drive and honor your top priorities. You are the top priority, Taurus. Honor you first. And I do feel, again, we see the Pentacles here in the balance. I feel there may be a wonderful opportunity this month, some choices that you may receive, some opportunities. So make sure that you are connecting, networking, getting out those resumes, connecting to those who can help you because you are ready for this new adventure coming up here. So let's go to the 7th house, and our 7th house is connected to our relationships, our one-on-one connections, our marriage relationships, our partnerships, contracts, deals. So let's see how our 7th house for you Taurans is looking in the month of December 2019 here. What do you have? The 4 of Swords. So the 4 of Swords is again going back to meditation, contemplation, relaxation, trying to make some decisions. I feel that for some of you, there's some decisions that you, again, need to make, contemplate, meditate about your relationships, about your commitments, your partnerships. There's something that some of you need to meditate upon, and maybe this is why there's an epiphany coming this month for some of you to maybe break free from a committed relationship that has been negative, ending something and finally challenging yourself to walk away, to manifest this new beginning, to make the choices. Some of you are going to make this choice. It's going to just be like an epiphany. You're just going to say, this is what I got to do. This is what's right for me. And I understand, because with all that 9th house wisdom, all you have to do is meditate, and you will receive that understanding and insight that you need here in your 7th house, in your relationship. So meditate upon the 7th house, meditate upon your relationships, meditate upon what you need to say to someone. And maybe this is important. There is something you need to say to someone, and it's important for some of you Taurus to meditate upon how you're going to say it. So let's see, let's pull one more card in there. Be strong, be brave, be powerful. Whatever you need to do this month in your relationships, one-on-one connections, meditate upon what you need to say, but be brave, be strong, because it is about you maybe also receiving some type of wonderful, again, business deal, a partnership deal, something that uh, you may have been waiting for something like this, waiting for a big change, and now it's coming to you. So be prepared for that. And I'll also pull, well, actually, I'll pull one card, a love card in here for those who are in a committed relationship here, because I do feel there's some issues that are happening for some of you Taurus in a committed relationship that you need to be strong about, that you need to meditate upon. But it says flirt here. So I feel this is about if there is situations in a committed relationship that maybe, you know, things have not been as healthy and as happy as you want it. Maybe it's time to do a little flirting. Maybe it's time for you to maybe connect to your partnership in a more fun way. And maybe that is what needs to change, and all you need to do in a relationship. But yeah, it's definitely important this month to look at your committed relationships, Taurus, and meditate upon it. Be strong about it. If you want that love energy to come back, then maybe you just need to do a little flirting. So anyway, let's go to the 8th house. The 8th house is where I said Jupiter was for the last year. And you do have Mercury in there for a little while. Oh yes, going back to the 7th house, you have Mars in there. So yes, what is Mars doing in there? And it's in Scorpio. So it's deep contemplation and insight about your relationships, and aggressively putting things into action that you need. And this could be about if you want to have a relationship, you're looking for a connection for a long-term relationship, maybe you need to get out and flirt. So let's go to the 8th house, and let's see what the 8th house is. Big strong month of changes for you, and with Mercury in there, it's about you communicating those deep feelings that you're having. 7 of Pentacles, working hard on yourself. This is about you working hard on yourself, working hard towards those changes that you want in the 8th house. And you're going to be strong enough to communicate what you need. But yes, you are working on yourself, working on what you need for your own soul, trying to grow your own tree of life here, getting healthier. And 2 cards coming here. Again, this is about making choices in the 8th house. You're making choices for more happiness and joy. This is the Star card. Fulfilling yourself through your desires and your wishes. And this is why you're going to make some choices this month in your 8th house. Working hard on who you are to make the choices that you want, to bring the blessings that you desire. So decision time this month with the 8th house. Jupiter wants to help you move to the 9th house now. You're in the 9th house with Jupiter. So it's about now making those changes and choices to fulfill this destiny so that the 9th house can really work for you, with Jupiter being there, learning and growing and receiving a lot of insight for your journey. So let's see, let's go into that 9th house since all that energy is there. And I just feel like you're going to just see a big movement forward in your pathway, the big picture. And the Two of Swords, you see that full moon there, the moon's energy. And like I said, you will have that solar eclipse there, the new moon, solar eclipse at the end of the month. So by the end of the month, this eclipse is going to allow you to make some choices. The insight that you're receiving through meditation and connecting to those who can give you wisdom, such as myself. If there's any type of understanding, guidance, and wisdom that you would need, I would love to help and assist you. But that is what I feel is going to allow you to make these choices. You see the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, making choices about stability, about your balance in your life, about what you want to create that destiny towards. So let me pull one more card in the 9th house here, and I'm also going to positive changes. So it is about you looking towards the moon's energy and Freya, understanding that there's a big change and a new phase, a new cycle coming to you. And now this is a month that decisions and choices are coming to you. And through that, I want to also just pull a surrender card. What do you need to surrender with this eclipse at the end of the month here? What do you need to surrender moving into 2020 for you, Taurians? You need to surrender to your passion. No kidding. You have 2 words. Where's that? Excuse me, the other card. You have 2 cards of passion. 2 cards of passion here, really indicating that 2020 is going to be very important for you, Taurans, to open up to your true passion and allow yourself to flirt and enjoy life. And, you know, being an earth energy Taurus, you know, you tend to be more stable, tend to be more grounded. And I feel like next year you're going to be more like the rebel with that Uranus energy in your sign. And you're going to seek that passion with that Uranus energy in your 1st house. And it says here, get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. Yes, let the passion flow. This is so important for you, Taurians. That is the message in the 9th house, is to allow yourself to surrender to your passion. That is what the 9th house wants you to do. It's beautiful. You are going to surrender to your passions and make the choices to actively pursue your journey here, and it's all very, very positive. So let's see here. Let's go to the 10th house, and your 10th house is your career house, your destiny, and you will have Venus there at the end. I think by the end of the month, you'll have Venus there. So let's see. Yeah, Venus will be in your 9th house too. So wow, you got so much energy in your 9th house for blessings, wonderful changes, and things coming into fruition for you. So let's see the 10th house here. Ooh, you got the King of Swords. I feel, again, someone of authority. I do feel there will be a strong indication of communication this month. If those Taurus wants a new job, if you're looking for, this King of Swords is someone who has the ability to give you something through communication. So I do feel, be on the lookout, and like I said, get out there and network, get your resumes out for those who are trying to find a new career, a new pathway. Something unexpected can happen through communication. This King of Swords wants to offer you something, wants to give you something. Yes, look at this message. They want to, so you've got to, you Taurans who want a new job, get the resumes out. Communicate, network. This is about you receiving some type of positive word through this King of Swords in your 10th house of career. So yes, it does look like there's a wonderful positive word coming to you this month, Taurians, who are looking for a new pathway, a new career, a new destiny. Yes, your destiny is calling you. And whatever this King of Swords is offering you, it's a fair deal. It's a fair deal. So that's what the King of Swords is saying. You know, if you do get an offer and it may be unexpected, and maybe where you're going to have to travel, to move, to make a big change, know that this is about the phases and cycles that you are going through, and you are ready for it, Taurus. So let's go to the 11th house. The 11th house is your friends, networking, connecting to those who can help you. The 10 of Pentacles, to reach out and really receive abundance. So yes, I feel there's financial opportunities for you Taurans. You just need to network. You need to connect. It may be through family. It may be through friends. But I do feel with the 10 of Pentacles, this is about you growing and prospering and finding your pathway that's going to be quite abundant. So yes, make sure that you are connecting to those, connecting to your family, your friends, just networking. And I mean, maybe it's through your family and friends that someone that they knew can help you connect to the right person to grow this abundance in your life here. So yes, the 11th house is saying yes, if you want abundance, if you want change, if you want growth, then yes, look out for those opportunities. And the snake here is saying a big change ending. It's just so important that I do feel some of you, again, I have to go back to the family situation. Whoops, my cards are falling down. And the snake and the 10 of Pentacles is representing family. So some of you are going to have to definitely release yourself from maybe a family member, a situation, a friend. Some of you need to release yourself from a situation that has been negative, that has been abusive, I feel. So yes, you Taurans, that message, you understand. You'll be very aware this month to do something about it. So let's go to the 12th house, where you have Neptune now direct, and it's giving you, Neptune is that connection to all that is, and Neptune is happy in the 12th house. So yes, I feel there's inspiration, insights, wisdom with that 9th house and 12th house connection. Wow, beautiful insight and wisdom coming. So it's important this month to meditate and receive where your journey is heading you. The Knight of Pentacles, this is you Taurus, this is the earth energy, this is you getting ready to go on a journey. And that's the word I wrote down for you, the messages that I feel for you. Action, energy, journey, drive. That's where you're going. This is your journey. Meditate upon that journey, where you're heading, because it's full of prosperity. We see a lot of pentacles here. And boy, Taurus, you know how to make that money, don't you? And of course, like I said, you have that full moon eclipse, a full moon on the 12th, 11th, 12th of December in your second house of finances. And look at that. That's where that Uranus, unexpected surprise, something coming to you that's going to give you a message that's really going to allow you to grow and prosper. So yes, that's beautiful to see. One last card here has oh, I've just been talking too long. Let me close up here for you Taurians. And it may be stressful going on this journey, it may be stressful for this change, but please make sure that you do, because it is going to allow you to begin a new phase. And the last two cards, I just want to give a connection to you Taurians for 2020 energy. So one karma card, specifically for the female energies. First for you Taurus, what is the 2020 energy that you're going into for you females? Will, wisdom, and mind. No kidding. This is that connection to the 9th house. Will, wisdom, and mind. You are going in with a lot of insight, your will to your willpower, your ability to really fulfill what is coming through to you through your insight. So pull a card for the male Taurians. And you male Taurians, let's see here. Male Taurians, 2020 going into, you get the 8 of forces, the lightning bolt here, and that's what the Taurus energy, that Uranus. So a little insight about this as we close up. I'm sending all of you Taurans much love and blessings. Thank you so much for all of you who have supported my channel, not only in 2019, but all the years before that. I am truly grateful for all the love and light that I receive from all of you. And I'm just wishing you all the best in 2020. I can't wait to see all the beautiful uh, changes that are happening, not only within each and every one of us, but also within the earth and the universe. I do believe there's a lot of wonderful insight that we are going to start to see and feel that we have never seen before. So I just wanted to read, if you want to stay and listen to what this card represents for you female Taurians, please do. Number 20. I know I went way beyond what I wanted to, but when the flow is there, the flow is there. So let's read a little bit for you Taurians, females, going into 2020. A gold crown of power and authority rests above a Celtic trinity knot. On either side of the Celtic knot are the alchemical symbols for fire and water. Below is the ancient three-legged symbol of the coat of arms from the Isle of Man. This card brings it with it a time of enormous power, balance, and expression. Again, that's exactly what I feel, power, balance, and expression happening for you. The first three rays, or the energies of the divine, move within you equally. Power and will, love and wisdom, and intellect or mind. You are working intimately, even if you're not conscious of it, with the ascended masters who are linked to these energies, and that is the 9th house. Please connect to the ascended masters, whoever you feel this connection to. God, Jesus, Buddha, Mary, the angels. But with the participation of the masters, you can raise your focus to a higher power and purpose. You can combine the fire of creativity with the water of receptivity in order to make your contribution to the world. With the gold crown raised high, you're likely to find yourself in a significant position of authority and influence at this time. It is likely to be a phase of great activity, but you can handle it. With these powers in play, you're able to discipline yourself to bring together the meditation, creativity, rest, and action required. Take advantage of this time and use these powers well. They are nothing less than divine forces moving through you so that you can manifest their power in the world. Wow, is that powerful or what? And just a little meditation for you female Taurians with this card. The power, heart, and mind of God dwell within you. Close your eyes and feel these divine forces. Your energy grows, your heart overflows with love, and your mind is as boundless as the sky. Feel yourself expand to limitlessness. Blessings. And for you male energies, the 8 of forces, there's a lightning bolt that is coming. 8 of forces, and you need to be aware as you go into 2020 what this lightning bolt is all about. A lightning bolt illuminates a stormy night sky, striking a tree down to its core. Puddles of rain pool upon the ground. This card shows that it's a time of splitting apart, a time of loss, disappointment, or even a metaphorical death. You may be feeling wounded, grieved, or gravely disappointed. The loss could be a career opportunity, romantic relationship, partnership, creative project, or friendship. And I have to go back to the seashells and about this big change for some of you, a lightning bolt, an epiphany about a situation. At first glance, the event may seem sudden or unexpected, yes, for some of you males. But in the light of that flash, we see the deep puddles of a storm that has been going on for some time. Yes, some of you Taurus males have been dealing with this for a long time. You've probably been aware of this threat or difficulty at some level, even if you were unwilling to acknowledge it before. Now it's time to accept the situation and not fight with so. There is benefit coming, but it often takes an ending to bring forth a new beginning and a storm to cleanse the field. I feel like that is exactly what this message of this reading was all about. So for you males, meditation, connection. Imagine a lightning bolt striking nearby, leaving some destruction in its wake. Now close your eyes and with a deep breath, feel the energy of lightning stir within you. It's almost as if the finger of God is yours to employ. How do you want to direct this energy in your life? Blessings and much love to all you Taurans. And if you ever want a personal reading, please connect with me. All my links are below. And until next time, I'll see you in 2020. And with pure love, this energy, Tammy.